Hello everyone, I am Subhanshu here and I am doing a video for tips for MCQ. Before entering the examination hall, you should be knowing about 3 points minimum apart from your studies. That is the exam pattern. You should be knowing about the exam pattern, how many questions are going to be there in the exam and how much time you will be getting for each question. Second is the negative marking. You should be knowing the percentage of negative marking that is going to be there. And the third is the cutoff. You should be knowing about the previous year cutoff so that you know how much you have to score to minimum so that you can qualify. Apart from these, after entering the examination hall, you can do certain things so that you have a better chance in qualifying the entrance exam. First is the time management. Time management is the most important step for any of the entrance exam because most of the people lack here and you have to overcome this point. You have to solve as many questions as you can in the minimum time. You have to solve first the questions that you are 100% sure and you can solve in 30 to 40 seconds. Practice much more than others so that you can solve questions much faster than them. Second point is the reading questions. You have to read the questions properly. For example, if you read which of these is not a natural number as a question, then you will mark the option as D. But if you read in a hurry and you read this as which of these is a natural number, then you will mark the option 1 and then move on to the next option, which will be wrong and you will be awarded with negative marks. The next point is how do you attempt the questions? You can go by either elimination method or by hit and trial method. In the elimination method, what you do is, suppose this is the question, you read the question, you understand the question and then you go on to the options. This cannot be the possible solution for this. You cross it. Second is you move to the second option. Then you see this may be the possible option or this may not be. Then you leave it as it is. You move on to the next option and then you find that this cannot be the correct option. So you eliminate it also. Then you move on to the fourth option, which is the last option. And then you see that this cannot be the correct answer. So the only option that you are left with is the second option. That will be a correct answer. In this case, if you are left with two options, then leave the question at this moment. And the other method is hit and trial method. You can use this method to save your time in long mathematical questions. For example, this question, which is a cubic equation. In this, if you solve this equation, it may take around 3 to 4 minutes or maybe more, but we do not have this much time. So what you can do is put 5 in the value of x, solve it. If it comes out to be 100, that means this is the correct option. Then put 10, then 20, then 50. Believe me, it will take less time than solving the whole equation. The next point is how much you have to score. Suppose there are 100 questions in your exam and you have to score minimum of 70 according to last year cutoff. So you have to minimum attempt 70 questions which have to be exactly 100% correct, and 100% accuracy cannot be seen in anyone. So what you have to do? You have to first attempt all the questions that you are 100% sure. Suppose you are sure with 60 questions that you are 100% sure. Out of these 60, I believe that you will be having accuracy of around 90%, maybe 58 questions correct or 57 questions correct. That means you get a score of 56 or 57, which will not be enough for you to qualify the exam. So what you can do in this case is you can select the questions that you can attempt rather than attempting all the questions. Now what you can do for the remaining 40 questions, instead of just scoring 56 or 57 marks and leaving the 40 questions, what you can do is, suppose you have doubt in 2 options in 17 questions, doubt in 3 options in 15 questions, and doubt in all the 4 options in 8 questions. So what you can do in, suppose your paper has a negative marking of minus 25%. In this case, if you attempt all the questions in which you have a doubt of 2 options, then according to probability, if we believe that 8 questions are correct and 9 are wrong, then you will get a positive of 5.75. And for the questions in which you have doubt in 3 options, you attempt all, and according to probability, you will get 5 questions correct and 10 questions wrong. So you will get a net positive of 2.5. And for the questions in which you have doubt for all the 4 options, you will get a positive of 0.5. That means overall positive of 8.75, which is huge. That means approximately 9%, and 9% is very much in an entrance exam. So let's now come to the scenario of negative marking of minus 33.3%. In this case, if you attempt the question in which you have doubt in two options, then you will have 8 marks in positive and 3 marks in negative. If we believe that 8 of them are correct and 9 are incorrect, that means a positive of 5. In the questions in which you have doubt in 3 options, if you attempt them, then according to probability you will have a positive of 5. That means 5 questions are correct and 10 are wrong. That means you will get a net positive of 7 marks. Don't attempt the questions in which you have doubt in all the 4 options, because that will cause you no benefit according to probability. In the case of negative of minus 50%, if you attempt the questions in which you have a doubt in 2 options, and we believe that 9 of them are correct and 8 are incorrect, that means you will get a net positive of 5 marks. If you attempt the questions in which you have a doubt in 3 options, that means your 5 of the questions are correct and 10 are incorrect. That means you will get plus 5 marks and minus 5 marks. That will be 0. So there is no need to attempt the questions in which you have a doubt in 3 options in the case of 50% negative marking. Now coming to the doubt in 4 options. If you attempt these questions, then you will get plus 2 marks out of 8 questions and minus 3 marks because of the 6 wrong questions. So a net of minus 1 marks, which is definitely not good. So we will not attempt the question in which we have a doubt in 3 options or 4 options in the case of 50% marking. Thank you for watching my videos.